Voice Magazine for Women and Modern Day Appalachia Woman, magazines with a regional footprint. We are expanding and we are hiring. We are looking for energetic people who want to have a career in presenting a well-branded and respected product. Become a member of our team and a member of a growing successful company. Email your resume or video today.
Tracy McLaughlin.
And I'm Janie Jesse.
And welcome to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie.
Our debut show.
Yes. And thank you so much for joining us today. This is our debut show, as Janie said, and Appalachian Living is brought to you by Modern Day Appalachian Woman magazine.
Yes.
Janie, you probably have a little bit more insight on this magazine than I do, so here
Modern Day Appalachia Woman magazine. This magazine was started in January of this year and is a sister magazine to Voice Magazine for Women. Many of you in their area may be familiar with Voice Magazine for Women. Voice Magazine for Women started almost 14 years ago, and so this year we decided to take it to a different level and start Modern Day Appalachia Woman.
I love it. I love it. So, as Modern Day Appalachian Woman evolved, the magazine evolved.
Right.
Janie and I decided we were having dinner one night, and we do like to eat, as you'll well discover. Janie and I were having dinner one night, and I told her I was so excited about the magazine that I said, Janie, you really should do a television show. And she looked at me like a deer in the headlights, and truly, she did, and was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you really need to do a television show with this magazine, because I felt so inspired by this magazine. And she said, you know what? We need to do a television show.
Absolutely.
So the rest is history. Here we are today, and we are here to speak about Appalachian women and surroundings.
That's right, Modern Day Appalachia Woman, and that's what we both have the same agenda. We have the same feelings about where we are today with Modern Day Appalachia women and living in the Appalachia area. So we decided that the show should be about telling about Appalachia women of today
versus Appalachian women of the
yesterday.
Depression or ancient years or whatever. So anyway, one of the things growing up in the Appalachian Mountains that we don't realize as we grow up here, we think everybody in the world has our same dialect. And I was kind of had a rude awakening, I guess, and realized that not everybody in the world spoke like I did. There's a little story about that.
Well, yeah, because many of this area basically is defined as our dialect. The Appalachian Mountains, we have a distinct dialect. So in starting our show, we want to have a phrase or a saying that's part of our Appalachia heritage, and also talk about the dialect.
Right. And I do have a story about that. About
Let's hear your story.
How I came to discover that not everyone in the world had the same accent that I had. When I was between my senior year in college. In high school, and my freshman year in college, I played on an AAU basketball team, and we traveled. So meeting a lot of people outside of the Appalachia region. They were very nice and very cordial, but I got a nickname along the way.
A nickname?
Yes, and that nickname was Country Girl.
Country Girl.
Country Girl.
Okay.
And they would tease me, and they would say, "Talk for us, Country Girl. Say something, Country Girl." And that's how I realized that I actually had an accent that I didn't realize growing up living in the area. So, Janie, do you have a story about that?
Anytime I open my mouth, I have a dialect. So I guess I'm a country girl at heart, and it comes out through my speaking.
Well, you know what? That's great. That's what we're all about. So, how about you guys? What about your first experience? Tell us about your first experience when you acknowledged the fact that you actually have a country accent, that your dialect is a little different than the people that you may surround yourself with. We want to hear that.
Don't be shy. You have to share now. Don't be shy.
Exactly.
Because we all probably have a story there.
We do.
But the moment today that we are waiting on, since this is a Central Appalachia show, we are going to have an Appalachian phrase. So
Yes,
the
we
phrase of the
are.
day is, bless your heart.
So yes, bless your heart is our phrase of the day. And by the end of the show, we hope that you guys will be saying, bless your heart, just as much as we do, and we'll interpret that into your daily vocabulary that you'll be able to use.
They will not be able to get it out of their minds. It is addictive. You'll hear someone say, bless your heart, and you pick it right
You
up.
do.
Bless
you
your
can't
heart.
Help it. You can't help
But remember that, bless your heart. You will hear that frequently during the show. And speaking of the show, I think it is important that they understand exactly the direction and what Appalachia living is about. So tell us.
So me tell you, okay, well, first of all, when we tossed the idea around about having the show, I wanted to research and find out just as much as I possibly could about Appalachian women and the region and everything that it has to offer.
Yeah.
So I Googled Appalachian woman, and I don't know how many of you guys have ever Googled Appalachian woman, probably not had the need to, but I was astounded. I'm like looking at these pictures thinking, really? They're all black and white pictures? They're from like the Depression.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, you know, that image and those images still linger today. In today's society, as who we are, modern day Appalachian woman is not there.
No, we're labeled. We're tagged.
Labeled. Absolutely.
We are. So then I thought, okay, well, let me go a little broader. Let me look at Appalachian living. So I typed that in, Googled that, and got the same example, the same kinds of pictures. And then I Googled maybe Appalachian culture. So I Googled it, and sure enough, I got the same answers once again.
It's probably our grandmothers or great-grandmothers' pictures that are there.
And you know what? Bless my heart.
Yes.
You know, that's not where I grew up. That's not how I grew up. It's not where I live today. And, you know, no offense and nothing against those photos, but I really hope that's not what I look like. You know?
It is not what you look like. No, Tracy. But it is a definition of Appalachia. And I think the show should be about redefining
I agree.
Appalachian women,
Yes.
Appalachia culture,
Yes.
who we are today. And we pose this question out to the audience. I mean, who is Appalachia
Right.
today?
Right.
And we want your feedback. We want you to define it as well. We have our definition, but we want you to give your definition to us. And you did your Google research.
I did.
I did mine too.
And
What I found, and I'm actually going to read this, when I Googled Appalachia, this is the definition of Appalachia. Appalachia is a region whose geographical boundaries exist not because of the legal boundaries, but because of the shared history, culture, and environment of mountain people in eastern North America. Now, mountain people, and I think those pictures sort of describe or give an image of mountain people that they really don't exist that way today. And if you look at the Appalachian Mountains, and I've heard all my life, the Appalachia chain.
Yes.
But if you look at the word Appalachia, it's a chain at the end because of the chain of the mountains. Well, this range of mountains actually stretch from the tip of Maine, which I was not aware, but from the tip of Maine into Alabama and Georgia. So the Appalachian Mountains here are the oldest mountains on the planet. I am so proud to be a mountain person.
Well, I am too, and that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Janie, guess what? We're mountain people.
We're mountain people.
We're mountain people.
Bless their hearts.
Well, actually, having heard that, this gets me so excited. It truly, truly does, because we have a challenge.
We do. We absolutely
And I
do.
love a challenge. I love a challenge. And I think our challenge is to let everyone know exactly what we're about. You know, that we are mountain people, and I accept that role. I accept that stereotype because we are. But it's not the pictures that you see online. That's not who we are. And we want to share with everyone. We want to share with everyone through our research that we have done and that we are doing and will continue to do on the Appalachian region.
Right.
With our guests that we will host here every Wednesday. Once a week, we will have people that will spark an interest to anyone listening, to anyone watching. It will spark an interest and get you excited as well.
Absolutely.
And also, not just that, but just the history and the culture that we can share with you, that you can see that, yes, we are mountain people.
We're mountain people, but it's almost like a re-education. They're
It is.
becoming educated to who we are today.
Right,
And
right.
I think with the incredible guests that we will have on our future shows, your perception of Central Appalachia, it's going to change.
It is going to change. I mean, there'll be no more black and white depression pictures that you'll see. And we hope that we ask actually from our audience, from our viewers, that you will participate in helping us educate the people that look at us and view us as bless your heart.
Well, now they're going to be using that word.
Yes.
They want those words in their vocabulary. Bless your heart, and you'll know where it came from.
Exactly.
It came from the Appalachian Mountains.
Exactly, exactly. And you know what? We just want to make sure that we get the right image out there. And we are, like I said, we're so proud of who we are. And you know what? Let's do it. Let's get it out there and show everyone.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of my roots. I was raised on a farm. I'm from Central Appalachia. And I've always felt that I had the best of both worlds.
Yes, yes.
Because you can get there from here. And many people, you know, they say
There
you can't.
may only be one route.
But you can. So to be able to present this area where we are today and have this privilege to be able to redefine, and we're redefining
Yes,
it.
we are. We are. And we won't stop here. We won't stop.
Right.
I mean, we have a mission. We are on a
Right.
mission. And like I said, it's a challenge, and we're taking it.
Absolutely.
We're going forward with it.
And this area is so rich with its heritage.
Oh my gosh. It is. And you know what? Just a few things that this area has to offer that are so unique to any of the other areas in the United States or other Canada, whatever, other surrounding places. Our music,
Oh,
the arts,
yeah.
the culture, I mean the crafts and the cuisine.
Oh, yes. Then we got to back up and talk about music.
Okay,
now.
okay.
I know you love to eat, Tracy.
Oh!
But let's talk about music. In the research, what I found interesting was that the Appalachian music is the music of the region of Appalachia in the eastern U.S. But in the research, it also said it was derived from European and African influences. Now, we know there's a Scottish and Irish heritage here.
Right.
But what was interesting too, in the hymns and the traditional music that we have, there was an African American blues influence. And I just treasured that. I
can
thought that
kinda
was
see
so
that.
special.
Can't you?
Yeah.
I
And
can kind of understand that.
and many of you are familiar with the artists of today, that Bob Dylan, Jerry Garcia, Bruce Springsteen, and they all have performed Appalachia songs, and they've actually rewritten some of these Appalachia songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that's
then-
amazing.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
stuff that we didn't know.
Right.
Had we not found out. Another thing, not just the music, and I know that's near and dear to your heart, and I love music. We live by music. That's just kind of
Right.
what gets us generated and gets us going. But also the arts
Yeah.
and the crafts and the cuisine. I keep saying,
I know.
but
We'll get to that.
we'll get
to
that.
the food.
Yeah. So anyway, Heartwood has, I mean, this is the place, this is the exhibit of the whole Appalachian region to find the arts and crafts, you know?
It is. It's a central point because there's so many skillful, talented artists here. And some of these crafts that you will see, they really have been from generation to generation
Oh, yeah.
and across ages. And
yeah.
I just think it's fantastic that we have one location to see such a variety of
And,
talent.
I mean, I'm honored. I'm honored. And I take it as I'm a part of this, and I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to brag about it. And I didn't do anything, but I'm going to accept that heritage, and I love it. I'm proud to be here. I am proud to exhibit, to be a part of the exhibits here, and a part of what our heritage is still showing today and what's still coming through. And I am so proud that it is our mission, as I keep saying.
Bless your heart.
Bless my
Yeah,
heart.
bless your heart.
To just educate the whole world. I want to educate the world on what we really are and where we came from.
Absolutely. And we do want to take this show and travel. We want to travel throughout the
Yes.
Appalachia region to showcase talented people and the heritage. And there is no other place to start that could fit the venue better than Heartwood.
Exactly.
We are thrilled to be able to bring you the show through their facility here. And the facility, it's just a fantastic location. It is the gateway.
It
It's
is.
centrally located
It
in
is
Southwest
truly.
Virginia, in Abington, Virginia.
It is. It is truly the gateway, and I think they use that in their mission statement or their slogan or their logo, the gateway
Right.
to Southwest Virginia and Central Appalachia, and it truly is. And like I said, we're just honored to be in this place where they house all of that.
And you have such raw talent, and you'll see it in the crafts, you'll see it in the cooking, you'll see it in the arts, but you will see it here at Heartwood. Some of these pieces are so unique. They're
They're amazing.
one-of-a-kind
They're
pieces.
amazing.
So let me tell you, if you have not visited Heartwood, bless your heart.
Bless your
You
heart.
are missing something. You need to come here right now.
Well, I have a confession to make today.
Oh my.
Bless my
Confession?
heart. Bless
Bless
my
your heart.
Actually, I was not the one in my family that found Heartwood.
Okay.
It was actually my husband. And he and I love original art. We love art, period. And he was shopping for a Christmas gift for me one year and actually came to Heartwood. And I
Wow.
wasn't even familiar with
Wow.
anything that they do here. And I opened this Christmas gift and it was this beautiful vase.
Vase?
Vase.
Vase or vase?
Vase. Vase.
Vase.
Vase.
You
Vase.
should- Okay. We'll
You
go
can
with
get
vase.
both here, but it was a vase.
Okay. It was a
Okay.
vase.
Okay.
Okay.
So I saw and you know, the artist's name is on there. You can look them up. You can contact them. What's a great thing, it's not like you're going into a department store and buying something that you'll see everywhere. So I got this vase
Vase.
and came back to look for more art from this artist because it was so beautiful and so lovely. And That's what they have to offer here. And I was
Yeah.
hooked. I was totally hooked. So this is a destination for me
Right.
to come to shop.
It is a destination to shop. It is also a destination for delicious food. And I'm going to turn this segment over to Tracy to talk about food. I bet you can talk about food for us, can't you?
What are you saying? Why does she think that I know all about food? What are you saying? Do you think I eat a lot?
Bless her heart.
Bless my heart. Well, I will say this, as far as the food at Heartwood, I will say this. I am so impressed because Heartwood prides themselves on working with local farmers. Whether it's produce, meats, no matter what, dairy, they really back the local farmers
That's
here.
terrific.
And
That's
it
fantastic.
is. I mean, what more could you want out of your community from a place like this? And if you go on their website, you'll see a list of the producers that they choose from. And it's
Wow.
amazing. I know, it makes you feel really good to know that it's fresh. What you get here is fresh.
And they're supporting the local economy.
They are.
It's all about local.
Oh yes, oh yes. And what more could you want? I mean, I love it. I love it. And we love eating here. They have everything in the world you could want. They do lunch here every day, but one of the greatest things is Sunday brunch.
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything about the mimosas, but
they're great too. They're great too.
but Sunday brunch here is fabulous.
And also we have to mention there's seasonal
Oh, yes.
dinners
Oh,
as
yes.
well.
Yes. You know, don't forget that Thursday nights they have their barbecue night here at Heartwood, and they have live entertainment.
Live music. Yeah.
And every Thursday is something different, whether you're, picking and grinning, so to say, with
Right.
local people just picking up and coming, or if they have someone scheduled to be here, they always have music for their barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
how
very
great is
entertaining.
that? How great is that?
And we also want to mention on Fridays, they have their First Friday Fish Fry. Say that quickly.
First Friday fish fry.
I can't say it quickly. But they have the Southern Fried Catfish Basket. They have the Catfish Poor Boy. And then they have all you can eat Southern Fried Catfish. Bless your heart.
Why are you looking at me when you say that? Why does she look at me? I don't understand. But don't forget, on the First Fridays, they also have live entertainment.
Right.
And this Friday night, James Meadows, who is a local, he is from this region, and he has been around for a little while. He's very young, but made his stake in life early on. So fabulous.
Right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him, and he is incredible. So please come by for the First Friday Fish Fry.
And his entertainment is, you will find nothing outside the region quite that good.
Nothing.
It's terrific.
Nothing. But they've got a lot of different things going on here at Heartwood. It's not just their food. Ha ha.
Food's great. But one thing I found, again, in doing research, and we did do some research, I wasn't aware that through Heartwood that you could actually book special events.
Oh yeah.
Like weddings and corporate meetings, and they actually have tours that they will set up.
Yes.
But this, again, is like a destination.
It is truly a destination. It's amazing what they have going on, and we keep saying that over and over, but touring the facilities, we were just amazed today how they accommodated us and what we were doing, and it's beautiful. It is totally beautiful. So really, for your next event, honestly, contact Heartwood because they've got it all.
They've got it all.
Everything
Very accommodating.
that you want.
Yes,
Yes, very
absolutely.
accommodating.
And so is this area.
This is our home. This is our home.
This is our home.
We're going to be here. And what a beautiful home to have. What a beautiful place. This, actually, they revamped their coffee/wine bar just recently. And this is now known as Southwest Virginia's Mountain Brew Bar.
Mountain Brew Bar.
I love it. I love it, the Mountain Brew Bar. And here, not only will you find us,
That's a good thing.
that's a good thing, but they also have local craft beers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They have local wine.
Local wines.
And
Ooh.
local coffees. And I know that sounds crazy. We're not in Brazil or
Right.
we're not in Costa Rica.
I was surprised at that.
I know,
Yeah.
but just stop by and check it out because really it's incredible. It's incredible.
And as we move forward with the show, and we are we got to start somewhere, and this is our debut show. And we're hoping to do the show every Wednesday, but with programming, we're probably looking at different dates and different times. So follow us on Facebook to make sure that we're doing a live streaming here, and we want you to come out and join us. But follow us on Facebook for those times and dates, because that could change.
Yes.
But the idea is every Wednesday that we will do a live streaming at 2 o'clock here.
Right.
But again, follow us on Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook, and we will update that. I mean, frequently. We pretty much keep that up
we'll
to
know
date.
from week to week
Right,
where we're going.
right,
Yeah,
where we're
absolutely.
going and what's going on.
Right.
But having said that, just come on down, join us, be a part of our audience, be a part of this amazing experience, the amazing cuisine,
Cuisine to die for.
craft beers, coffee,
Wine.
wines, amazing. And the Chef Charles here is totally out of this world. He will pair up anything, let's do this coffee and this dessert and blah, blah, blah. He's got it all. So that's what they do. And the intimate setting that we have here at the Mountain Brew Bar is incredible. And you get, if you want to come here as a one-on-one, or you can do a business meeting here.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Or just come by yourself and relax in these beautiful, comfortable chairs and take a break from the busy world.
And enjoy.
Enjoy.
Just enjoy being here. And if you can come and join us.
Absolutely.
Because this is a celebration, and we want you to be a part of it. And it's going to be celebrating the women and the men of our past.
Right.
Their talents. And those talents created our foundation. It's created the foundations of this region. So we're going to take the old traditions, the new traditions, and we're going to have fun.
We are going to have fun.
And these traditions that we were brought up by, and then the traditions as extended families, the new traditions were created. We live by that daily.
We do.
That is our family.
We truly do. And that's kind of like, I keep saying this over and over, that it is our mission, that it truly is our mission to educate. We think of looking at the pictures that show up on when you Google this, the women washing the clothes on a washboard.
Washboard.
Washboard is what we say in Appalachia.
Is it washboard? Appalachian.
Yep.
But we understand if you say washboard. Okay. And it's Appalachia or Appalachian.
Yeah. But we know if you're truly an Appalachian person because it's Appalachian. Yeah, you got to say it right. So anyway, they're washing their clothes in the creek.
And
the creek is, what's a creek?
What's a creek?
No, we all know what that is. We're teasing about that. But, do we really do that? Do we still wash our clothes in the creek?
Well, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, so.
According to Google, you're doing it too, Janie. I want to get a picture of that, really.
So do I. The world needs to see a picture of me down at the creek with a washboard.
Washboard.
Well, in my searching out the pictures, the woman washing her clothes at the creek really did not catch my attention as much as the picture that I saw of a woman churning butter who had 8 children around her.
Wow.
And I could not be offended by that.
Right.
Because my grandmother had 12 children, was raised on a farm. They did dairy farming. So you had large families because it was basically the built-in help on the farm.
Yeah.
So I do think that's where we were.
Right.
I think that's a part of our history. But that's not where we are today.
No, it's not. But when you think back at that, and my grandparents also had 8 children. So people had larger families, and I think you're absolutely right, because they needed help on the farm and other things. And but you think about these large families and the love that they shared with each other. And they had their fights as kids do, but the love that was celebrated and the togetherness
Right,
guess.
the togetherness.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it was truly a way of life, that the families connected, the larger the families. I mean, there was so much love, and they made sure that families ate together.
Yes. Oh,
it was
yes.
tradition.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
didn't have the cell phones and so
Right,
forth. But
right.
it was tradition that the families ate together.
And, you know, they didn't have, they didn't put price tags on things. You know, they didn't have brand names.
Right.
And, you know, they just took what they could get. And the kids had hand-me-downs.
Right.
You know,
And life was good.
listen, I had hand-me-downs as a child. I didn't have any older sisters, but I had cousins.
Right.
And I took their hand-me-downs and loved them. I thought, what a blessing that I can have. I'm so cool. I am so cool that I have my cousin's hand-me-downs. I think it's great. You know, so it was a total different world.
Right. Bless their hearts.
Bless their hearts.
So, but we do want to invite you to join us and be a part of this local presentation. And we are going to have local interviews. We're going to have some out of the area interviews. We're going to have local artists. We're going to have some the crafts people here. We're going to be doing some interviews with them. And we're going to have some interesting stories of before and sort of the before and after, where they were, where they are today. It's all about the Appalachia lifestyle.
Yes, yes. And you know, we want to encourage you, truly. We've said this before, but we want to encourage you to be sure to engage with us, whether you can come by here, and we'd love to see you. We'd love to meet you personally, to come by and join us and ask your questions and be here in person and hoop and holler with us.
That's right. Join us.
Whatever you have to do.
But to engage you, certainly from a Facebook, or if you're in the audience, if you're from here, you know allergies too.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were just being uppity.
oh yes, a little southern thing here. But we have a question of the day. And each show we're going to have a question, and we would like your feedback. We want to hear your take on it, or maybe your response, or how you would react. So I have a question of the day.
You have a question of the day.
Yes.
Janie has the question of the day.
And probably men that are viewing, they could not relate to this, but I think a lot of the women out there could. But I'm going to share my story, and I want your feedback. Recently, I was shopping. We all know I do that best. So I was standing in the checkout, and also for those who are watching know that I love hats.
Yes.
So in the summertime, definitely you'll see me with my hat. Not necessarily a baseball cap. I do wear those too, but a hat.
A hat.
So I was standing in the checkout line, and I had my hat on, and this beautiful little girl, probably about 5 years old, and I'm assuming the woman that she was with was her mother, because she called her mommy.
That's a
giveaway.
Yeah.
So the little girl looks at me, and she very sweetly smiles, and I smile back. And she turns to her mother and says, "Mommy, why does she have a hat on?" So her mother turns immediately, without missing a beat, and said, "She's trying to be somebody." And she looks at me with this smirky grin. And as I pick my mouth up off the floor, I'm like just in shock. I mean, I immediately thought, I'm not trying to be somebody. I am somebody. I'm Janie Jesse.
Yes.
So
watch me.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, what I would like to know from the viewers,
Yes.
I would like feedback from you. What would you do? Would you have ignored it? How would you react it? What would you do? I mean, what would you say?
Well, I have something personal. I know what I would have said, but I can't really say that, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Well, send us some responses. I'm curious, and once we get some, I will share with what I did.
Okay. Okay.
I will share that once we get a few of the responses. So.
Okay. Good deal. I love it. So we want to hear your responses. We love this. And this is going to be what we're going to do every week. And we encourage you to send in your questions. And we want the response. We want your questions so that our audience can respond to your questions too.
And also each week we're going to do a feature of the Appalachia Heartfelt Moment.
Okay.
A heartfelt moment. And we want to hear those treasured moments. That's part of who we are. That's
Right.
part of our heritage. It's part of growing up here. Okay, you have a story to share.
I have a story. I have a story to tell. I will share a heartfelt moment with you today that really, really, and I mean this sincerely. As a child, not only as a child and as a young adult and even an adult up in my older years, I remember going to my grandparents' house.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, over the mountains and through the woods, truly,
Literally.
to get to my grandmother's house. And it was a nice little hike to get there. But once I was there, walking into this humble little home, it was beautiful to me because it was so filled with love.
Oh wow.
And walking through that front door, it's almost like it just pours out at you as you walk in. The love that is shared there, and my aunts and uncles and cousins would be there, and the laughter as you walk in, the laughter and the smiles in that home. And all of that just spells love to me.
And when you walk into a place that you visited as a child, the familiar smells.
Oh my gosh, I can still smell it today. And my grandmother, you know, is in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
Whatever she had on the plate for that day,
Right.
what was going to be on the menu, she cooked. And smelling that was so incredible. But I remember even as an adult going back there, and I moved away. I lived in South Carolina for a few years, and coming home as an adult, I made it a point to cross that mountain and go to her house because that was such a peaceful moment in my life
And
to spend with her.
that'll always be treasured.
It will always be treasured. And I'll cry. You'll see tears because really, it was incredible. And I'll always hold that dear. And I just remember in the hustle bustle of the work world and everything going on in life, walking into that house, not only was it full of love, but it was full of peace.
Peace.
And I will always, always treasure that.
One memory that I have, and unfortunately my grandparents' old farmhouse, as they call it, it burned down. So the antiques and everything that was in the house was
wow.
gone. But I remember as a small child that my grandmother had this room that was called the sitting room. No one was allowed in the sitting room. And if you were permitted to go in the sitting room with her, you were special. And I remember my grandmother taking me into this sitting room, and she had what they call an old pump organ.
Oh my gosh.
And she let me touch it, but she sang a song to me, and she was pulling the knobs out on it.
Oh, wow.
I will always treasure that.
what
And
a
you know, like I said, I can't go back to the
Yeah,
house
yeah.
because it's gone, and my grandparents are gone. But that is a memory. That's a treasured memory for me.
Absolutely,
So we would love for you
absolutely.
guys to share those
Please
memories,
share
and we
those.
want to share them with other people as well.
Because you know what? I know that people out there can connect to what we're
Right.
saying. And I know there are a lot of people that see those, that listen to our memories and have those same memories that they can connect to. And you know, it's nice to pause in
Right.
this world today and think about those wonderful things in life that we
Absolutely.
have to share.
So we want to move on with what's available here at Heartwood, and guess what August is?
Woohoo! August is
Craft Beer Month,
Woo!
and Heartwood is the place to be.
Yes, yes. What Heartwood has to offer, not only is there craft beer, but
Right.
they also have items in the store. I call it a store here. In their facility, they have mugs, they have table runners, they have a lot of different things that have craft beer on them.
Right.
You know, and to do with that. So we are going to take a quick
break.
break, and we're going to come back and tell you all about that.
Stay with us.
you thought about publishing a book but don't know where to start? Jan Carroll Publishing can provide answers to your questions. We provide the tools and the skills to transform your manuscript into a professionally printed book and ebook. Submit your manuscript for a free, confidential, individual review. Here at JCP, we believe every story needs a book. Call us today for details.
Welcome back to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie. And today we have with us Chef Charles Parker of Heartwood, who we are so grateful that he is here with us, and he has a specialty that he wants to share with us today.
I do.
Yeah.
So Tracy, this might look familiar to you. These are green tomatoes, courtesy of Highlands Farms. Shout out to Tracy and Dawn.
But they didn't look like this when I brought them, I promise you.
Maybe not. They looked really good. So yeah, we're going to start doing an appetizer feature, and for the next week or so, I'm going to do a fried green tomato appetizer. So basically, I just took your beautiful, wonderful green tomatoes, cut them pretty thick, about a ½ inch thick, did a little bit of flour, an egg and buttermilk wash, and then a panko breadcrumb with some cornmeal, and then I deep fried it briefly, because I don't want to lose the flavor of the green tomatoes. On top of it is some good local goat cheese from Baker's Homestead, and if you see the little black stuff right there, that is balsamic vinegar that I've reduced and put a little bit of honey in it to sweeten it up. That'll pair well with the tartness of the green tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, you really went above and beyond.
Oh, thank you.
I've never heard of that, doing the balsamic with the honey.
Yeah,
That's amazing. That's amazing. That sounds delicious. And the goat cheese is not enough to take away from the flavor, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you just want to complement the flavors.
I think you know what you're doing.
I try. Thank you.
You are totally amazing. Well, I mean, I have stared at these long enough that I am eating them in my mind, but they do look so beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And you have paired these today with?
So for the non-alcoholics among us, I have this new Studio Brew. This is actually root beer, no alcohol whatsoever, but it's artisanally crafted by Studio Brew, a local brewery. It is so delicious, really, it's just like a fresh root beer. They could have just made it yesterday, that's what it tastes like. And for the alcoholic version, we have some Wolf Hill's Honey Cream Ale. The honey cream matches very well with the tartness of the green tomato.
Why wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, really? Well, this is amazing, and we do know that this month is local craft beer month.
Yes, it is.
So look here, we're doing it right here at Heartwood, and Chef Charles is amazing, and I've known he's amazing for a long time, and he just keeps proving it over and over, and we just look forward to eating these. I mean, what? No.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
We look forward to every week. We hope that we are asking Chef Charles to please present us something from local farms, local dairies, local breweries, whatever, and doing your pairing and putting your skills to work here and showing just what goes on here on a daily basis so that people can come and enjoy and take part of this. I mean, really, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You are so amazing. Also, speaking of the bar, we want to talk about a little bit more. I know we touched briefly on this beautiful wine / coffee / beer bar that has been revamped, and it's now the Southwest Virginia Mountain Brew Bar.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
it's kind of a tongue twister.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But we love it, and it's so beautiful and so comfortable. We can't say enough about that, to be here with that. And don't forget our coffees. And you, I think, have a little bit of insight to something coming up on some coffees that we're going to learn about.
I do. Oh my gosh. Okay, so every week, whenever you have me back, I will touch a little bit on the new brew bar and what's going on with it. But I did want to give a special shout out to, I think it's Lincoln Road. They have some cold brew coffee that is just out of this world. I got to try it for the first time yesterday. There's so many depths of flavor to it, and we are going to start carrying it here in the Coffee and Wine Bar. So please come and try it.
Oh, amazing. Oh, believe me, we will. We will.
Good.
You are so incredible. Thank you. And it's like, can we do this again tomorrow? Because I want to come back for lunch. Don't forget, let me say this while Charles is here. Do not forget, Thursday night, barbecue night.
Yes, ma'am.
Live music.
Every Thursday.
We love it. We love it. Friday night, this Friday, fish fry.
Yes.
Now, I got to say that. first Friday fish fry.
We like tongue twisters.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, and James Meadows will be here
Yes, ma'am.
with that. So we're so looking forward to that. And please come out and join us. Please come and support this incredible, wonderful place that's here. I mean, you're amazing. This whole place is amazing. And we are so privileged and so honored to be here. So thank you, Chef Charles.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And we will see you next time.
All right, sounds
okay,
good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Voice Magazine for Women and Modern Day Appalachia Woman, magazines with a regional footprint. We are expanding and we are hiring. We are looking for energetic people who want to have a career in presenting a well-branded and respected product. Become a member of our team and a member of a growing successful company. Email your resume or video today.
Welcome back once again. And as we wrap up our show today, we have one more special guest that we would like to introduce in our audience today.
Yes.
And this is this month's Modern Day Appalachian Woman. We want to introduce Miss Barbara Brown Street.
Yes, Barbara. Come over here.
Yes.
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 These are my girlfriends.
Yes.
We are so excited that you
Yes.
joined us today.
Yes. Thank you.
This is my backyard.
This is called Appalachia Living at its finest. It's
thank
so
you.
thrilling to see you. We
Yes.
appreciate you being here today.
Oh,
Yes,
my pleasure
yes.
to see you.
And
do
you're a
this.
celebrity here with us today, so thank you.
I'll be
Thank you.
autographing in just one moment. But to see you guys venture out and do this is fabulous.
We're excited.
just love you.
We're
I'm
excited.
so proud
we
of
do
you.
love you, and we are so glad you're on this journey with us.
Yes,
you
you
are
are.
a modern day Appalachian woman.
You
I
are.
am indeed.
You are.
Thank you for
and
joining
you're
us.
incredible. Thank you, Barbara.
Well, next week we're going to have some special guests too.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And stay informed on our website and on our Facebook page, so you'll know exactly who we are Well, we may not let you know exactly who we're bringing in. We may keep it a secret, just so you'll stay tuned.
It could be a good surprise.
Could be.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We just appreciate our audience so much. First of all, we appreciate, number one, we appreciate each other. We also appreciate Heartwood for allowing us to be here. And more importantly, we appreciate Tim Flanagan, our video guy.
Yes.
Round of
Thank
applause
you,
for
Tim.
Tim, because you're amazing for putting all of this together and putting up with two women. I mean, you deserve a crown.
He does. He does.
Yes, we appreciate you so, so much. So look for us every Wednesday as of now at
Right.
2 o'clock for our live stream
On Wednesdays.
on Wednesdays.
At 2 o'clock.
Yes, at 2 o'clock.
Heartwood.
Heartwood, Tim, Tracy, Janie, live.
That's right. We want you here.
We want you here. Please come see us.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys, and God bless you, and bless your heart.
New day, new way, new women.